lower finals. It's so fresh and revitalizing to see some brand new teams in the fray of things.
Yeah, brand new teams that we are almost certainly at this point going to see in London, barring any huge bottles in the third regional. And for now, it's just all about making sure that those opponents that you'll be coming up against will fear you. This is where you can make a statement. And so far in this event, Liquid certainly have made a few statements.
I absolutely agree with you. I think the mechanics that they've shown have been nothing short of just beauty, as we're seeing Itachi carry this ball all the way across the box. But one thing that Team Liquid, although they've been very flashy on offense, they've been doing a great job on defense. So far, they're sitting at second place in terms of how well they are at defending shots, and they're limiting their opponents' opportunities at goal shooting percentage. So for them right now, it's all offense, and on that back half, they're making it count.
Attacking from the front foot seems to be the current meta. As soon as you sit back too much, you are eventually going to be punished because mechanics are so good. A chronic flip reset is already saved by Astral, but Ato follows up and gets an early goal for Liquid.
Yeah, and I love this placement from Ato going far post and in, but this save from Astral, insane to go off your own crossbar. Only save available to him, and Itachi backflipped on that one. I'm curious if he rolls forward, if he gets a touch on that. Either way, Team Liquid take the early lead.
Interesting to see that Astral save from Ato as well. This is the Battle of the Belgians, a fairly underrepresented country within Europe, so good to see a couple of players from there getting involved to this late stage of a competition. For so long, it's pretty much just Astral who's been representing, but so far his team is on the back foot as Itachi makes a save from Oski. Chronic is just waiting to see what Itachi's going to do, not wanting to dive in too quickly, and now Astral gets on the ball, he gets it past one, wants to flick it over the other, and Team Liquid showing why they're so good in defense. Nope, they scored an own goal, I cursed it.
And how important has Nolly been for Karmine Corp? It's just been so good to see him, you know.
Oh, it wasn't. Sorry.
Maybe it was all done and dusted. It looked like it. I didn't see that orange trail on, or blue trail on it, I'm sorry, is. Nolly does get the first goal to go in for Karmine Corp and doesn't allow Team Liquid to get too comfortable with that lead.
Apologies, Nolly. I almost stole away one of your goals, but the people knew and the game knew, and Astral has a chance to get another one out for Karmine Corp over the top of a Chronic with him. Ato on the backboard sends it wide, but his team are all on the wrong side. That ball's going to bounce over them. Itachi can keep the attack going, but Oski with an all-important touch. And this is where Liquid's mechanics really become important, because KC are going to have a lot of the ball and a lot of the pitch. Their clearances have to be perfect.
And they can't give KC too much space, too much time. We've seen what they can do with that ball in the air, and we're kind of hinting at it of Nolly just being so fast up and down the pitch opens things up for this team, and there goes a Chronic, rips that ball away from Nolly, but Itachi waiting patiently as that third man covering up the midfield line, but Oski can't get that ball around Astral, and here comes Astral, flip reset. Ato sends it to the side, and both teams continue to jockey for position, but so far, KC, the ones coming out on top.
Lovely touch there from Nolly. Is going to let Itachi in, who takes an early shot. Ato gets it not just out of the goal, but also towards Oski, and a Chronic, though, can't quite complete the work. So KC will continue to come forward. Nolly sending that one to the backboard, and Astral can just wait for this ball. Gets a pre-flip, wants to follow it home, but can't quite do it. Itachi, though, is there at the near post. So good attack from KC, who, up to this point, have had much more of the play.
Yeah, definitely. Only 4 shots allowed for Team Liquid as this ball continues to get pushed through the corners, and it doesn't seem like Team Liquid is having very much success at setting up the offense. They're really trying to capitalize on the over-aggression from Karmine Corp as that ball gets shot on net, but a save from a Chronic. Itachi goes in and trying to pop that one up, but both teammates had to rotate out, had to go get some boost, but still KC maintaining the pressure in this blue half.
We've already seen some good saves in this first game. Itachi might be able to make this one unsavable. Oh, wow. The Devo finish there, almost paying off for him. What an effort that was. The saves that we're seeing are a good indication that this series is going to be of the highest possible quality. Oski, now his quality. He's got double flip resets in this event. Oh my goodness, it's saved by Astral Chronic there onto the backboard. Ato coming in, can't quite get it. The defense is standing so strong against these aerial onslaughts from both teams.
Yeah, Astral not going to allow himself to be clipped on there. That pass was insane off that back wall coming out of a ground pinch, and speaking of Astral, here he comes, top of the box. He gets bumped from Ato, and it puts some momentum behind the ball, and Karmine Corp get an interesting one.
Yeah, there was also Nolly on the backboard as well, just nibbling at Oski there. So Oski was stuck in a really tough position. Astral was able to get it into that top corner, and Karmine Corp have the lead returned to them in the last 1 minute and 15 seconds. So Team Liquid, you guys just keep on fighting from pretty much adversity. When you get back into this first game, it's going to be a more important first game for KC after just going to game 7, having to win it right at the death versus Moist with mistakes at the end as well. They've really had their mental challenge. Astral, he tries to just prod it past the Chronic on the goal line. He's missed it though, and Team Liquid have a chance.
Yeah, and they need to capitalize on this one. They're not going to get many opportunities, as the game has already told us, as Karmine Corp just continue to box in Team Liquid. That ball going over the top of Oski, and here comes a Chronic. Lots of space afforded to him. Musty flick on target, gets all 3 to go, but a toe has to reverse backwards to get this shot to go forward, and turns into a pass 1-2-1, and just a little too high. 30 seconds remain for Team Liquid to try and tie this up.
Oski gets the catch, and it's over the top of Nolly, and Itachi is flying in. Liquid, though, having all the play at the moment. They've got boost control, and Casey seeming a little flustered as Ato tries to fake out one, gets the double fake, and Chronic is there, but still it gets saved on the goal line. 13 seconds left now.
Final 10 here in game number 1. Team Liquid marching the full length of the field, and Astral gonna slow this one down into his own corner over the top of a toe, and gonna have to keep this ball up if they want any hope at sending this into overtime. Chronic looking for a bump, and Nolly says no way, no how. Game 1 in favor of Karmine Corp.
I mean, we talked so much about these teams' mechanics, but it wasn't really the story of mechanical plays.
No.
It was the story of mechanical saves. On the goal line, the reading from these teams was sublime. I thought for a few times, surely, one flick reset, one pass would be enough. And still, both teams, they got those all-important saves, but it was Karmine that won out in the end.
Yeah, and it really felt like Karmine really came in at an advantage just playing former team Queso, now Moist Esports, and really matching them and that speed of play, because coming in for Team Liquid, you know, they're sitting on their hands for a little while, so they've got to warm up. And Karmine, you've got to really commend them for coming in and not giving Team Liquid any free space to utilize those mechanics.
Yeah, I mean, that's the real thing for me. I think the fact that they're such a mechanical team, Team Liquid, that break is going to do them more harm than maybe a more solid team that's just all about being in the right place at the right time. But Team Liquid,
up.
So, all right, why do you have to call me out? I caught it.
Because I want to see this game unfold. I want to see what happens, because honestly, we got to see Team Liquid completely get bottled in their own half. And I'm not used to seeing that, and it didn't look like this was the way this weekend was going to turn out. And Karmine Corp is just rolling with this momentum. Unbelievable
that you just called me out there. I saved it. Nobody was any the wiser, Subi, until you had to say those infamous words, Cole, ready up.
Well, you know, when Stumpy's over here paying me to make you look bad, what do you want me to do?
Nobody has to pay anyone to make me look bad. And so far, none of these players are looking bad at all. It's, you know, despite the energy that's already been expelled, no one's making those slightly off touches that you tend to see at the end of series, at least at this point, as a Chronic takes to the sky and gets met by Astral. These pre-jump reads are going to be so important. There was a massive pass from Team Liquid that almost led to that equalizer. And it all started in the last game because the pass was low and there was about 2 or 3 KC players pre-jumping. Now that could definitely be an avenue for scoring, reading those pre-jumps.
Absolutely, and Astral just seems to have a mind for that. He's always up in the air much earlier than you expect. So if you're on Team Liquid, you've got to try and do something to force him to stay grounded or disrupt him enough as a little back pass comes into play. That ball dies neutrally, and a Chronic gets back in time, saves it off of his own backboard.
Astral maybe could have taken a touch, but Casey still had the attack going. Ato tries to just send it as far as he can, but Astral with 100 boost as well. What can he do here? He goes to the ceiling. It's met by Ato. Itachi is just winding one up, though. It's more snapshots from KC. I want to see them do a little bit more when they have so much time, because Liquid can counter so fast. There's a toe. It's onto the backboard. Astral should save. Astral misses, though. And Itachi helps them get away with it.
You can't blame Oski there. You don't expect a player like Astral to completely whiff, especially back on his own line as Nolly tries to jump into that one. 50-50 goes in favor. Itachi's going to clean it up, but yeah, for Team Liquid, unfortunate scenario there, because you never expect Astral to whiff it, so you can't really blame the player to really clean that one up.
Were we giggling at the same thing there, Ato, with that, with the boost that he had, just going crawling through the air as soon as Astral even hinted at going up. In the end, Liquid have some play of their own on the orange half. Ato here, he's bumped out the way. I'll get some space for Nolly. Astral and Itachi moving forward in formation with him. Here is Astral, wants to tee up Itachi. He doesn't need to. A Chronic will do the job for him, and it's 1-0 KC.
Just a beautiful 50 in the box here. Nolly goes over, and he's been so critical with those bumps in midair, but that 50-50 more crucial than ever from Astral. And right now, Karmine Corp firing on all cylinders.
They may well get tired as this series wears on, so it's important for Karmine Corp to take as much advantage of this moment right now as possible. Get a couple of games under their belt before the liquid freshness starts to potentially be a factor. Itachi is trying to make that happen, but Acronic, another huge booming clearance. And at the moment, Subi, it seems that that's all Team Liquid can do.
I mean, when it's open and available, I don't think that that's a bad thing. You know, we're seeing Team Liquid really push forward past that midfield line. So for Karmine Corp, that's really the only play they have available, and it really hasn't come back to haunt them just yet. And here comes Team Liquid trying to get this ball pushed forward, but Acronic using a lot of boost there and not much coming out of it, but open goal line, and Oski can't capitalize.
Acronic that will keep the attack going. Itachi, lovely little touch pass to Nolly there. Can he get the second touch? He can't. So just leaves it to Oski and allows his teammate Itachi in. Just desperate to be on that receiving end right now. KC to double up their lead. Liquid still relying on these big clearances and maybe hoping for one or two awkward touches on the KC defense, which, you know, have had the Astral miss earlier, and that one from Nolly wasn't quite ideal. And credit to Liquid, they have made this one a bit more of their own. Out to the back wall of Acronic. He can't quite get it on target. That was a real opportunity.
Yeah, I think he went a little too soon there. Another shot on target. Rattles out the upper 90, and oh my goodness. Team Liquid can't get the ball in, and that one goes off the top of a toe. But they are keeping this ball in, and that's okay. Just because you're boostless doesn't mean you're useless. Another shot on target denied by Nolly.
They had about 20 between them for about 30 seconds there. How on earth did they hold out with the entirety of Team Liquid attacking them? Astral can't quite meet that pre-jump. Acronic does it for it. Liquid are just showing off, saying that's how you meet a pre-jump, Astral.
They've said, you want to see some unconventional Rocket League? Well, look at this. Is Team Liquid all bunched out, and somehow it pays off as that ball goes in, and they catch Karmine Corp completely in disarray.
Look how close they all are, though, in that corner of the pitch, and Ato somehow found himself with just a little bit of space. Nolly was going to get boost. They were still boost off from earlier, I think. He needed something in the tank, and unfortunately for KC, it has backfired. And once again, we go into the last minute or so with both teams having some parity. Liquid trying to make the most of their current momentum. That's a great clearance, though, from Astral. He's been doing some solid 50-50s. One that led to the goal earlier. The other one that led to this chance in the end. I don't know where the defense are. Acronic has just got in the way, sort of. But what a miss that was.
There was
it's in as well.
That's not going in, is it? No way. Talk about Lady Luck coming in on Sunday. You get a big miss, and Team Liquid gets a pinch all the way from their own half to take the lead.
I don't know about you, Subi, but I'm keeping a very close eye on those KC player cams right now just to see if there's any reaction. And so far, they're staying pretty stoic. We'll know that that was just, as you say, Lady Luck. It doesn't always work in your favor. And they do have time in this game, but Team Liquid seem to have all the boost right now. They seem to have everything in their favor. The 50-50 is working for them, but that pass isn't great. Astral just puts it to the side. There's a boost deal from Astral as well. So Oski is closed down quick by Nolly. 20 seconds remaining. It has to be quick work here from KC. Karmine Corp just doing their best. A good demo as well. That'll open things up so much. Itachi, does he have the chain dashes? He does. He gets the pass over, but Acronic sends it at least towards Nolly. Maybe there was a bump there or a misfired pre-jump. I'm not quite sure. Nolly does get another chance for the redirect, but misses it. Astral was hoping he'd get there. Itachi with a great fake. Couple of seconds left. A bump attempt. Doesn't quite happen. Team Liquid see it away, and Team Liquid take game 2.
Wow, way to tie that series back up, and way to hold on in that back line. We're getting a glimpse of just how good Team Liquid is at defense, and we're getting a glimpse of the offense as you see 10 shots on target, in game number 2. But you've got to reel the tape back to that own team bump where Karmine Corp had a wide open net and just completely botched it, and Team Liquid turned it into an immediate goal.
Yeah, those moments really hurt, especially when you're 15 games, or not quite that much because they went to 7 before, especially when you're 8 or 9 games into a long old day of Rocket League, as Karmine Corp are. They will start to tire. And I said earlier on, it's important they make the most of the early days in this series when they're still relatively fresh after their break. But Team Liquid now, they have this momentum and they have to run with it, because that was more the Team Liquid that we're used to seeing towards the latter half of that game.
Yeah, it was just really all about those unconventional plays. And, you know, we made a little joke about one of them because I don't think it was meant to be unconventional, but that's what they need to do. They need to constantly make Karmine just consistently think about what What is Team Liquid doing? What are they bringing forward? Is this a pass? Is this a shot? Are they trying a back pass? You know, just constantly overload the brains of Karmine Corp, and that's where we're seeing Team Liquid succeed.
We head to game 3, and everything is starting to stack up for Karmine Corp right now. Liquid seem to be having fun. They're enjoying themselves. Remember, this is a team that have no pressure against them. They have got no chance of making Worlds. They just want to make a major and show everybody what this young roster can do. Passes like that, but Itachi's read it. That was a pass that was so dangerous back in game number 1. Almost did Karmine Corp in. Now Karmine Corp are learning, keeping their composure. That's what we want to see. Nolly's hits the backboard, is met by a Chronic. He flicks it past one. Oski's there. Oski maybe gets in a Chronic's way a little bit. That attack maybe would have come to nothing, but that dunk was huge. Nolly with a lovely little tap down to Itachi.
So Cole, would you say that Team Liquid is playing very fluid right now?
I would not know.
Okay, I'll show myself out.
You know
Here
what,
comes the
Stevie?
toe off the
You know what?
ceiling.
I'll say it. Liquid are playing very fluid right now. You happy?
Okay. I am happy. That makes me smile from ear to ear as Team Liquid, as we're talking about them, continuing their offensive pressure. And we've got a nice little rule 1 broken up on the wall. And I'm just going to go ahead and call out Itachi on that one. Let's see if the Rocket League gods smite him for that.
The Rocket League gods have corrected me. They don't have no chance, Team Liquid, but it's pretty low odds of making it there. They're basically playing for the future. Team Liquid was the point I was making. As a Chronic, no future here. That is a present from KC to him.
Oh my goodness, just rips this ball away. 2 go for KC, and no one home on that back line. And all he has to do is roll that one between the sticks, and Team Liquid up by 1.
Well played, Team Liquid. Just a burst of pace there from a Chronic. And the momentum that he had as well allowed him to get past all the KC players. Now Nolly's trying to do the same back to them. Itachi has a lovely pass to the sky. Is there anyone reading it? Nolly on the back wall, but can't really get there. Gets a little nudge towards Astral, but more good defending there from Team Liquid. And KC at the moment, their attack as a Chronic goes up for this double tap, and a toe can't quite get there. KC's attack seems a little staggered thanks to this Team Liquid defense.
It definitely seems in disarray, that's for sure. They're having issues, and it almost feels like communication issues. We're seeing 2 players just almost like, you know, back to back, holding hands on the field as a Chronic trying to get this ball through the corner. But we need to see them space out a little bit. And where they were finding that success was where they were able to almost slow the ball down by playing overly fast. I know that kind of...
Just get the ball and then worry about what you're
It doesn't make sense, but it makes sense if you don't think about it.
I know what you mean. Lovely touch there from Itachi. Won't go anywhere, sadly. Well, I say that, but there was half a miss there from Team Liquid. But Oski always had the situation at hand. He's met in the air, though. And Itachi can maybe do something with this ball. Both teams going side to side. Not really able to take any control of it.
Oh,
just waiting for that final pass. This could be it. Oh, there's a pre-jump from a toe. Oh, but it's saved by Nolly.
Great field sense, great game awareness from Nolly as he puts that one up to Itachi. And as I say, that a Chronic showing his game sense as well as Oski just launches the ball downfield. A toe trying to take that from Astral. Astral gets the double touch, and Nolly sends this one. So KC gets a hand at the offensive plays. Itachi again going to slow this ball down, push that into the net, and Nolly cleans that ball up, and KC tie game number 3.
Gets the ball straight away, then worry about what you're going to do with it. Itachi was there so quick and then just slowed things right down. A Chronic and a toe, both of them in that goal. Neither of them could stop Nolly moving forward. But what a 50-50 challenge that was there from Itachi.
It was, but I really like that field positioning from Nolly there, recognizing, okay, if Itachi does get a 50-50, he's not going to be able to follow it up, so I have to be there. And I recognize Astral is covering up the back line, so we can afford to have myself push forward. So great play there from Nolly.
KC just give themselves a little energy boost there with that goal. And a toe takes out Astral, but it shouldn't make too much difference for this attack because it's Nolly that's going down the side. Is Itachi going to be there? It's a little bit over the top of him. Astral's steaming in, desperate to get involved in the play. So Nolly is wisely choosing to stay well back. Astral's great first touch. He slows things down. Oski was just hovering in the air as well. Both of them just having a blinking contest with that ball between them. It's KC that win it for now, though. The attack still belongs to them. Astral, his touch isn't quite perfect, though. Itachi gets half a touch on it, then a second one, but still Nolly is penned right back. And I'm starting to wonder if Nolly needs to be a bit more involved in the play at the moment.
Definitely had an awkward play there. Couldn't figure out where he needed to be as he flies right by that one. Ito gets a awkward flip reset. Can't find the angle to tuck it under the crossbar. And final 45 seconds, and Team Liquid starting to push forward.
Itachi's going to beat a toe here. This could open things up for them. Itachi has a couple of teammates behind him. Astral is wave dashing, trying to get himself some pace. Another lovely first touch to the ceiling. He goes, blocks it out. A toe, though, is left all alone. Nolly charging him down slowly, and he beats Nolly as well. Nolly doesn't get the boost either, so a Chronic grabs it, and suddenly Liquid have the boost advantage. Itachi, though, does have that all-important bull, and they get it sent back. So it's looking like we're approaching not another overtime, the first overtime in this series. A few close games, and nothing going all the distance just yet, unless something happens in these next few seconds. Oski, couple of touches. There's a toe. He shoots it. It should be saved. Whoa, it's deep within his goal. Was Itachi. He knew what he was doing, even though I was scared. Now Nolly can try and find Astral, who for some reason pre-jumped. And it's going to be a 0-second goal, if anything, because it's Astral. Exactly, Subi. But we do have overtime.
I mean, we've been talking about those pre-jumps and how they have been paying off well for Astral, but that one just a little too hard for his teammate to find him in midair as Itachi comes off of the ceiling and Oski gets back in time. And like you said, Cole, first overtime of the series, but both games so far have been decided within one. So very, very close series.
Yeah, it feels like we have been having overtimes because the end game of each of these first couple has been so close, but this is the first official one. So we'll take that massive step forward to winning this best of 7 by scoring this next goal. Oski's waiting, hoping the ball's going to fall to him as his teammate, Ato, just goes into the play with Astral. It's KC that come out on top yet again, though. They're winning a lot of these 50-50s at the moment, and it's penning Team Liquid back until they burst forward. And suddenly KC seem very spaced out. Yeah, there's so much room for Liquid to play in.
That was interesting. I thought someone was going to challenge and 2 go for KC, but no follow-up shot's going to be able to come out of that. Ato just kind of planted himself top of the box, and Nolly forced to try and get a clear again, and somehow, some way, KC able to get out of that. Felt like they were in some disarray. We saw some double commits, we saw some awkward play, but Team Liquid unable to get the offense going here in overtime.
Look at this race for pre-jumping. It's KC that win it again as Nolly tees up Itachi, and Itachi stays on the play as well. Astral is sent all the way back home with no boost as well. Another pre-jump. This time it's Nolly. Can he get the redirect? Almost. Oski clears. KC are definitely going for these pre-jump assists, though. Maybe they sense a weakness in the Team Liquid defense.
Feels like that's the only way you're going to get past them. You've got to try and think where they are, or another way to get past is demo the back line, leave it wide open, and Astral wins in an OT.
Good play from Nolly, and look at him going for that demo as well. I love when a player loses out on the ball and their first instinct is not to go back, it's to see what sort of chaos they can cause on their poor old opponents who are defending. In the end, it was quite a lot, and Karmine Corp take a massive Game 3 victory.
Yeah, and it's so hard to ingrain that in your mind that when you miss that ball, immediately turn off ball cam and look for the defender. But Nolly, been around the scene for so long, the game sense so strong with him, and he knew, if I take out this backline defender and one of my players can hit this ball, it's going into the back of the net. And Karmine Corp survived the onslaught from Team Liquid, 11 shots on target, but KC, not to be outdone, had 10 of their own. So really just matching Team Liquid blow for blow.
Yeah, very open game at the moment. But I think what's impressing me about Karmine Corp is despite their long day, they're still playing the ugly game so well. If you have a look at the couple of goals that they scored just now, one of them was just from pure 50-50 bullying from Itachi. Yeah, he refuses to give up on the ball, dodge into it, simple as you like. And there was Nolly, I think it was, to finish up. The second goal, it was from a demo. It was from chaos caused by Nolly after, I believe, a 50-50 that didn't necessarily completely go his way, but he had the wherewithal to then go and attack the Team Liquid players. You know, these goals aren't appearing in any highlight reels. And KC, one of their main criticisms is that, you know, they can only score those sorts of goals. They have to get the beautiful finish or it's just not going to happen. Right now they're showing they're not afraid of the blood and thunder. And Team Liquid maybe seem surprised about that because KC are just performing so well in that regard.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, your best thing as a team is battling in the trenches, and that's what we're seeing from KC. You know, I agree. We haven't seen too many flashy goals. We have absolutely destroyed. Kiss that ball goodnight. Dunked in from a Chronic.
That has got to hurt as well, especially coming from a pinch. Itachi thought he was all alone. A Chronic. What a dunk that is to roll it home and essentially give his team an early lead in the start of this game.
Wow, that was filthy. I didn't even think, I was like, okay, no, like, you see him coming, you're not going to get dunked, right? I can just keep talking about whatever I was talking about. And nope, not happening as Itachi makes Ato look silly on that one. Faked him out and pushes this ball all the way into the blue half.
You gotta love that 4 seconds after getting a huge dunk against you, you're still faking in your own half. Astral, what a shot that was. Saved from the crossbar by a toe. KC, can he finish it? Itachi's there. That is how you turn around getting dunked.
Oh, he refuses to rotate out. Itachi got pushed into the net and jumps while he was still in the blue net, able to come out into the box and push that ball right back under the crossbar. Oh my goodness. You said we're not seeing some mechanical goals. Well, that was a fun one to watch.
I mean, they all count for one, though. KC only equalized with that one. Maybe they lose it straight away. It's so just wide. Itachi has to just push it against the backboard. And now Nolly, he has an attempt. He wants to take out a Chronic. It falls to Astral, who hits it high. Itachi is there. Nolly somewhat gets in the way. And a Chronic somehow gets the save.
Oh boy, you can't really fault Astral from that one. He didn't have too many angles available to him. He tried as he might to get that one to go under the crossbar, but just a little too high, got a little too under it, and couldn't quite get the bump there on a toe as Nolly pushes forward. It's going to slow this one down. He has Itachi available, but all three go. All three push forward, and the bump play works out. They went all in, and it paid off.
That goal is just a thing of beauty to Rocket League theorists. First the fake, then the challenge and dunk, and then Itachi was on hand there via a bump as well. So all three of KC, just an orchestra of play. It's beautiful.
Really was. And I was starting to question it in my own mind. Plenty of time left. It's only tied up, but they knew exactly what they were doing, and they saw something that I didn't. They saw a weakness in Team Liquid as Itachi going to get that boost, steal it away from Team Liquid, push it back into his own corner, but Team Liquid looking to get some offense going here as a Chronic slowed that one down. I thought he might have got a flip there.
Yeah, me too. I was praying that he would. I'm guessing he was mashing the X button as well, hoping. But unfortunately for him and Team Liquid, it wasn't to be, and now KC can continue their swagger downfield. So we'll get a couple of touches. This is dancing with the ball at the moment. Astral, good shadow defense, but Oski's the player it falls to. Chronic's to his side. Lovely flick there. It's actually gone straight in.
Oh, you said that. Who was it here? A toe dancing with the ball, showed a little samba on that one, and Oski catches the ball and gets the beautiful side roll flick to put the power and the distance behind that ball. And Team Liquid showing the mechanics early here in game number 4.
The first game that's had more than 3 goals, and certainly the most entertaining of this series so far. An absolute bloodbath on the pitch. Astral might be about to make another victim, but it's saved. Now Chronic beats Nolly to the ball by an absolute mile. Oski fancies a shot here. Goes in there against Itachi, but Itachi does some really good work in the corner. What? Teammates. It's all a little bit awkward. Everyone's on the wrong side of the ball. Oski is the player that it falls to, but Oski's shot isn't good enough. And now Astral with some boost is going to be able to clear.
I don't know how a toe was allowed to just stay in the zone for that long and given a chance at the ball as Itachi. Big whiff, but it allows Astral an open shot. Because Itachi fakes this ball, quote unquote, it pushes Team Liquid defenders off that back post and leaves it wide open for Astral.
Everybody in chat, place your bets right now. Fake or whiff from Itachi on that corner? I'm going fake. Such is the respect I have for these players. Subi doesn't believe in them. He said whiff. Boo, Subi. But all that matters really is that it's 3-2 to Karmine Corp. And they are still fighting. They're still forcing goals. A Chronic is going to lose this one to Astral, who doesn't even jump. The 50-50 game going so strongly for KC. That's how he wants to find Oski, but it's just not quite happening for them. And it's Liquid that are looking the more exhausted right now.
Definitely. So far, I'm going to hold on because it looks like Astral has a shot available. I saw it. It was open. He saw it too and was able to deliver.
Yeah, just a missed touch there from a Chronic. Oski does his best to deal with it, but I think maybe his boost situation wasn't ideal, and Astral just places the ball gently in the ideal place and makes it a 2-goal lead. I believe the first in this series for either team with a couple of minutes left.
Through 3 minutes of gameplay here in game number 4, Karmine Corp out shooting Team Liquid 10-2. They have just kept the pedal to the metal and refused to let go.
Team Liquid, what you got when Astral is starting to warm up into a series? He's getting that pre-flip. So managed to track it, and it's a good clearance from him. But look who it falls to. It's another KC player. That pinch is interesting there from Team Liquid. And just shift the shape of this game. But then Itachi is beating a toe. Yeah, me too.
That was insane.
Attached to the corner. A couple of touches and a pinch as well. KC looked completely reborn And credit to Team Liquid that are just slowing this game down now, making sure it doesn't go against them with 1 minute and 15 left. Still plenty of time to get a couple of goals, but you have to make something happen. Maybe that trade in the center is going to make it happen. Nolly is caught a little bit flat-tired. Chronic now. First touch is good. Wants to get a second and does. Is anyone there? It's Oski. Yes, it is. Just like that, Liquid back in it.
So unselfish, Chronic. He goes up and just passes that ball back mid as a toe got a bump on Nolly on the back line. That's why it looked so wide open. All 3 players from Team Liquid getting involved there, but still down by 1. 1 minute to go.
This is why you can never count out Team Liquid. They 4-0'd Moist Esports, battled valiantly against Team BDS. Now they come up against KC, and they are just proving once again they will not wilt. They will continue to fight, but Nolly and KC are coming forward. Itachi is met by a toe, and now Liquid can break. Here's Oski. Wants to get over the top of Astral and does. A toe is there. He shoots instantly. Itachi, what a read that was. What a key touch from him. But Oski can go again. It's all Team Liquid pressure right now. He gets the double tap, but not quite on target. A toe is there. A toe puts it on target. Liquid have equalized.
And it's all because of that touch. I believe it was a Chronic up to Oski, and then a toe finishing this one off. Team Liquid, what a turnaround. 30 seconds, 2 goals to tie us up.
Just when it seemed like Karmine Corp were really going to put some daylight in the series between themselves and Team Liquid. Liquid awaken. A toe to the corner. How they'd love to end this one before overtime. Such an important part in this entire series right now. Astral, great pass towards Itachi. It's high. Does he call in Astral or does he go for it himself? He just waits, tries to put himself behind the ball, make sure that Oski can't have it cleanly. So, not quite going to plan there for KC, but Nolly does have 100 boost. Itachi in the center. He's got options. Itachi has the shot. Instead, he goes to the back. But Nolly's already there. Oh, Astral's missed it, though. And does he have it?
Oh, point away!
It doesn't quite go in. Absolute madness unleashes overtime.
Wow, you could see Astral in the camera. He kind of leaned his head back, took a big sigh of relief. He realized what a mistake he had made. If there was the slightest bit of time left, they would have taken that one. But Team Liquid still denying a little bit of chaos, but get the clear downfield.
Yeah, I think the heart rates of all of these players will be sky high right now. They just have to take a beat if they can, take a breath, realize this is just any other overtime. All you have to do is bundle that ball home. It can be ugly. With the worst goal you ever score, but it'll feel like the best one you ever score. As a toe goes to the ceiling, Oski there, trying to combine, but KC are starting to read these passing plays right now from Team Liquid. They're not going to read that from a Chronic, though, depending on his angle, but he has actually managed to miss it. KC can come forward. Not only does he have a pass, there's bumps going on. Playing in front of the ball has been a massive weapon for KC, and still they use it in overtime. Such brave play from them. So nervy, Subi. This is just such an important moment. That pinch from a Chronic is pretty much literally the opposite of what he wanted. Itachi now, can he just get this ball into the center? No. So Astral and Nolly have to about turn. A good passing play. Nolly clears long.
I thought that pre-flip was going to have a better touch on it, but Astral beating out a Chronic, showing the speed right now, and I agree, Cole. My heart rate is up. I cannot believe how close-knit it is, and a toe with a monster 50 to push this back down into the orange half. A Chronic was looking for a demo, gets a bump on Astral, sends him back off the ceiling, and Astral gets the save on that ball. No panic shown as he is able to get the touch.
That was unbelievable from Astral. He pre-flipped into a save. I thought he'd gone too early, and still somehow it worked out to get the ideal challenge. Credit to him. I was absolutely terrified there, but Astral knew exactly what he was doing, and now what he's doing is setting up Itachi to the backboard with him. Oski just round the corner. Nolly's going to be next. Astral's there. He has a chance for a shot. Goes to the backboard instead. Shoots it now. Over again. KC getting so many chances, not able to take them. Can Liquid punish them?
And right now, Team Liquid starting to get boxed in, starting to have some boost woes as only a toe has some. He's got an awkward touch on that one. Let's see if Itachi pushes. No, a nice little first touch from a toe as Astral rips that ball away, but a Chronic puts a shot up, and there's Oski off of Noli and in for the hat trick to take it in overtime.
That is beautiful. First he gets challenged, and he picks up that boost. That's so important. And just look at the speed of thought from Oski. As soon as he was challenged there in that far corner, his thought was already redirect. It's the one thing he had in his mind.
Oh, boy, Team Liquid tie this series up, get an overtime winner for themselves. And Cole, the trend of all of these games being within 1 goal continues on. And again, like Stacks said, you got to give him credit. This series is a coin flip right now. I don't know which way it's going to go. It just continues to go left and right, blue and orange, Team Liquid and Karmine Corp. I don't know who's going to take this.
That goal was so important. As I mentioned, when they were playing for Team Liquid, it mattered more for them, I feel, than KC. That was just... They had to get that goal. They had to stay in that game one way or another. I kept thinking that KC were just going to sort of run away with it, and Liquid kept pulling them back. I don't know about you, but I really felt like KC had their number there, but Liquid, they just kept mixing up their play.
Well, it's like Team Liquid didn't start playing well until they were down 2 goals. And that's when we start to see them play more aggressive, play faster, and really take the chains off and really just, okay, we're free. Let's just play how we're going to play. Because I agree, the first half of game number 4, it just felt like they were too spaced out, giving Karmine Corp a lot of free reign to roam. And for Team Liquid, they're better when they're playing faster. They're better when they're not thinking things through too much. Obviously, you got to think a little bit, but when they're able to just kind of play all out aggressive, that's when they're successful.
Yeah, they've potentially got the speed advantage. They also have the mechanics advantage. But right now, at the start of this game, they don't have the teamwork advantage. That was almost a huge mess to give away an early goal. Achronic's already up there. Achronic didn't get the touch, but he made it so easy for a toe.
Exactly. You have to respect the fact that Achronic is flashing across the box there. That's just a good follow-up from a toe. And Astral almost got that save, but Team Liquid definitely going to feel comfortable here getting an early lead yet again.
I mean, frankly, in my opinion, it doesn't really matter who wins this game because this has got Game 7 written all over it. I can just sense Champions Field approaching in a few games' time, but it certainly makes me feel a bit more comfortable to get game number 5 and go into Neo Tokyo having that advantage. So I'm sure nobody will be throwing it away just now as Nolly tries to pass it. It's met by Achronic. Huge booming clear. And Oski takes the touch. This is what Liquid do over and over again. Every time the ball falls to them, they want it, but it can backfire if they get beaten. Astral can't quite get it underneath the Team Liquid defender, and Team Liquid survive with the lead.
Love the idea, though. Just shaking things up, always being unpredictable, keeping Team Liquid guessing back on defenses. Astral went for the 50, and Oski didn't get the touch, so no touch from either player. Ato gets the flip reset and denied by Nolly. What a save. He has continued to impress me in this series.
Yeah, his defending Nolly. Here he is again on the back wall. You just feel confident that he's going to be able to get at least a slice of that ball when he's the 3rd man back. None least than if anybody was watching the top of the show, the play of the day yesterday, that Nolly pre-flip save after being bumped. Such a creative defender. And here he is on attack. Not too bad there either. Just lets Astral come in. Atoba's going to get that one clean though. And Itachi can just sweep. The game slowed down just for a second. Both teams maybe resetting themselves, but suddenly it speeds up with Oski. That second touch all important. Nolly beats Ato to the ball. And now Astral, he can boom it clear. Can he? No, he takes a touch. Lovely idea. But it has backfired somewhat because Oski is there. Gets the second one as well. Achronic can shoot here. Nolly had to pre-flip. Another great save from the Englishman. And still it's only 1-0 to Liquid until Ato with the flip reset. And Astral this time is the player that stands firm.
And Team Liquid starting a monopoly right now on boost. They are just gathering it all up. And Karmine Corp continue to have some problems on that back half. They can't get around as fast as they want to. They can't go as high as they need to. And again, Team Liquid continue to mount the pressure on offense as Achronic just bombs this ball right back downfield. As Itachi trying to slow it down. A little pass over to Nolly. I like that play, but well read from Ato as we just hit halftime.
That touch from Nolly just to get it past Ato was all important for Karmine Corp. They just have to get some resources right now. Even if it's pads, even if it's a risk, you have to get that ball forward one way or another. This is it, Achronic. He sends it out wide, and suddenly it's Liquid chasing for the ball. Huge bump from Nolly, but Ato still has a chance to get it past Astral. Astral perhaps with a pre-jump has managed to get this save. It's looking like KC just want to work their way into this one, and Liquid are attacking all 3 players at any given time.
Well, they need to clock in soon because at the moment they only have 1 shot on target. So they're doing a great job defending, although they did give up, obviously, that early initial goal. Haven't allowed any since, but we need to see some offensive production for them. This is the first time we've seen the ball in the blue half, in quite a long time, and doesn't look like it's going to stay here for long. Is Ato just going to push this one back downfield And again, Team Liquid looking to strike.
They're going for these riskier dunks right now, KC, just because they know they have to stop Liquid coming forward pretty much at will. Anytime the ball comes forward for them is a good sign, and it can lead to double commits and mistakes. Nolly, it's pretty much reversed his way out of trouble there from the wall. Just buys KC out of trouble for now, but when you've got a toe coming forward with a flip reset in his back pocket, you know that danger is still afoot. A minute left for KC. They really have to speed things up. Maybe that second touch is the moment. Astral's going to maybe beat a toe. Not quite. Brilliant block from a toe. And it will lead to a counter for Team Liquid. And the Liquid game plan has worked to perfection.
Yeah, and it's all because of that touch right there from a toe. Instead of rotating back, trying to cover the back line, he saw, okay, I've got an angle to possibly 50-50 this ball, and it comes out in his favor. And Oski is just off to the races. Wide open net, and Team Liquid, all they have to do is hang on, but I think it really just all boils down to the pressure that they've been able to create here in game number 5.
Yeah, this has seemed like their game pretty much from the off. They got that early goal, and they've just got better and better since, not just with their goal-scoring opportunities, but the general control they've had all over the pitch. But one KC goal could change that. Astral's going to get a touch. It's just a little bit high. Nolly can't quite get there either. The ball was always rising, and Nolly couldn't get over it. Did not want to hit it onto the crossbar. Perhaps that was KC's last chance. They will keep on trying to change that. Astral's going to get a flip reset, but it's so telegraphed that Liquid can be there, and a toe makes it 3, and we're going to game 6 with Liquid in the lead.
Astral got the flip reset, then the second touch that completely killed the momentum of the ball. All 3 players from KC had to push up. You can't really fault them being down 2 goals, less than 30 seconds remain, but Team Liquid gonna put Karmine Corp on match point.
Yeah, not their fault at all. You pretty much have to throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at getting the goal in this situation. But this is where you have to praise Liquid. Remember how young all of them are. I think both of them are 15, and then Acronic is 16. He is the old man of the group, and he was born long after the year 2000, which is just odd to me as an old man. I know, Subi, don't even think about it, all right? It's just the whole thing. But yeah, Team Liquid take that game. They show their composure. They show wisdom beyond their years. And we still haven't had a timeout. And I was just wondering if whoever lost this game was going to take it. Timeout KC.
Yeah, and I don't blame them after that performance. You see only 2 shots on target up until game 5. Every single game was in 1 point. And then Team Liquid just completely blow them out. 12 shots on target, 3 goals. And most importantly, the big shutout, Karmine Corp laying a big goose egg here in game 5.
I mean, one of the biggest praiseworthy things that we've said about Karmine Corp is that their mental game has been so strong in this event. You know, they've gone to deciding games. They've won out against teams that often would be beating them. They performed so well against Team BDS, as did Team Liquid as well, for what it's worth. But it's different now. It's different when you're on the cusp of getting to that grand finals. Yeah. It's different when London becomes so real, when Worlds becomes so real. This thing, you know, they've been doing their best when they're playing the air trumpets and Nolly shushing the camera. Can they try and get some of that confidence into themselves ahead of this game?
Well, honestly, I'd like to see them have, you know, a case of just some brief amnesia. Forget about the major. Forget about Worlds. Forget about all of that stuff on the horizon. Focus on game number 6. That's what's in front of you right now. That's what you can control. Just focus on that. Don't worry too much. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. But right now, Team Liquid, as we see them on camera, they are looking at getting some vengeance, as earlier on in the spring split, Regional 1, we saw KCorp completely demolish them 3-1. And right now, Team Liquid sitting pretty up 3-2 in a best-of-7 series.
Are just getting better and better as a team every single time they play a series. And they're starting to get that Team BDS knack of improving throughout a series as well. Maybe starting off a little bit slow. Moist Esports as well are sort of famous for doing that at the moment. Team Liquid looking the same. For these mechanical players, that can be the case. As soon as you're feeling it, as soon as you're hitting those flip resets and chain dashes and whatever else, suddenly you feel invincible. I'm just wondering now if Team Liquid are starting to believe that they are invincible.
I mean, they're looking like they're definitely making a case for it. I don't know about invincible because they still have Team BDS waiting in the grand finals, and they're kind of licking their chops right now saying, okay, wear yourselves out, boys. Let's take this to a game 7. We would love to see that. We have been waiting all morning long as Astral gets a much-needed save, and Team Liquid look like they're already off on the same foot that they were in game number 5.
Well, I said at the start of Game 5 that this series had Game 7 written all over it, but
you did.
Then that 3-0 on Wasteland just made me change my thoughts a little bit. So I'd say Liquid are favorites going into Neo. I call it how I see
Stop
it.
wavering.
Right?
Stop wavering. Be a man of your word. You said Game 7. Follow it through.
Okay, 1, we need to stop booing each other. 2, Game 7. Here it comes.
Oh boy, Itachi. They waited patiently. Astral gets the clear, and Ato gets absolutely demolished with that 50-50 mid-air. How many times does Astral flail through the air, get a much-needed touch, and Karmine Corp come out on top? There they are, up 1-0, just 35 seconds into Game 5.
Astral is one of those players that everything he does, every touch he makes, it just seems deliberate. Even if it's an odd one or a slightly floppy hit onto the ball, you just know that somewhere in his mind he knew what he was doing. Look at that composure again, slowing the ball down in his own corner so he can get a couple of clean touches. And then Itachi, good 50-50 towards Nolly. How's the KC approach right now? Nolly goes solo. Is there a pass into the center? What? Is it needed? What? Nolly, he's done that before in the RLCS. What a redirect.
What a redirect indeed. He gets that boost and somehow he cuts this angle to put it in. I thought, okay, that's a great pass to Itachi. No. That's a great shot on target. Team Liquid, no respect for that shot coming out, and they get punished for it.
Anybody else getting Singularity vibes back when Nolly first made it to the RLCS? He scored pretty much that exact goal. What a performer. What a finish that is. KC now very much on top, and they have to make this count. Keep on fighting, KC. Keep on pushing, because you can really guarantee at least your place in a Game 7 right now before poor old Team Liquid have even realized what hit them.
Yeah, we've seen how quick Team Liquid can get multiple goals, 2 goals in 30 seconds in game number 4 to send it into overtime and then stealing it away. So I agree with you. Karmine Corp need to keep the throttle going here. Nolly looking for what he's been showing all weekend, those little flip resets into an air dribble and then immediately turning his sights on the goalie to bump him out of the way in a 1v1 situation here for Astral. Let's see if he can capitalize. Can't get that pass out. Great defense there from Osti as he keeps that ball just kind of twirling in the half as Itachi rips that away, and danger for Team Liquid.
Yeah, Liquid just seem in danger every time KC come forward, but it can work against KC. If they overcommit, Nolly almost gets a touch in the air. That could have caused some real damage to his own team. Oski's just waiting for this ball to fall to him. Astral tries to put it into some form of safety. Oski's on the back wall. They've already got these redirects in this series, Team Liquid. Not quite that time. KC are ready for it, but look at Liquid. They've turned this one around. Suddenly they have all the pressure. They have the boost, and they have all the attacks.
No one going?
Look, they can just take their time. The pass. I don't think it was the right choice. I think Solo would have been so much better there.
I agree. He had a country mile to work with on that play and decides to just put it right where all of KC were sitting. But they still are holding on to the pressure. And as I say that, Nolly with a big clear downfield, and Ato pushes it right back into the orange half. A chronic pre-jump, and Itachi smelled that one coming and rips that play.
Oski wants to get on the end of his own touch. Ato now is coming in. Oski going for bumps. Liquid have definitely sped up the pace. Can they make their mechanical advantage count? Chronic is trying to do so, but he doesn't quite get the flip. Now Ato comes in, has Oski in the center, wants to get the dunk and does. Nolly's backflipping and gets a touch. It was touch and go whether that was the right call, but seems to be, at least for now, depending on how they defend it here. Chronic lands on the ball. Creativity from Liquid, but KC just beat the ball away time and time again.
But they are starting to wither away with the boost as they finally get this ball into the blue half. All 3 members gonna be able to refill and get a little handed offense here. And after all that Team Liquid pressure, I just look up at the clock. Minute and a half remaining here. They still need 2 goals, but they got to get 1 if they want to get to work.
They'll have to look back to Utopia. The game was 5-4 in overtime to Team Liquid to remind themselves that they can get these quick fire goals, as you mentioned earlier, Subi, but time is running away from them. Maybe the game is as well. Ato does manage to just pop it over the goal. Good play from him now to scamper back. So does he go for the booming pass? I think he's going to here. The Astral's reading it. What a pre-jump. You cannot do that with that Belgian on the pitch.
Oh my goodness. I was like, okay, look, Oski's going up. Oh wait, Astral was up from yesterday. Okay,
you might as well be in your comms. It's like he knows exactly what you're going to do. And we know what he's going to do here. He's going to go for the flip reset. It's a little bit too high. There's his teammates in though. It's a clean touch because Nolly wisely had chosen to go back. No need for any risks right now for KC. They had to score there. It's not going to happen. KarmineCorp managed to get the ball down the other end. They've played this to perfection since going 2-0 up. It has looked a little bit sketchy on occasion. Itachi can finish it.
There you go.
At the near post. It's basically the total opposite of Wasteland.
Yeah, and great challenge there from Itachi. 50 goes in favor. He immediately turns around and just launches that one close post and in. And Team Liquid tasting a little bit of the goose egg their own. They 3-0'd them last round, while KC says, hey, have a 3-0 of your own.
Real game, Rocket League. You can never rest on your laurels. You think you have a player, a team, a match in the palm of your hand, and you understand it. But so quickly it turns around, and KC making a huge statement before we go to Champions Field.
Where was the entire defense of Team Liquid here? Not that it matters. Game's already over. But still, KC feeling really good in this series. That is for sure. And Astral coming out on top in this one. I mean, no goals, but 2 assists in KarmineCorp. Cole, you called it. Game 7 is on the horizon.
Thank you so much, Subi, for making me stand up for my convictions. I retract the boo towards you. Yeah, all right. No, you were right all along. And timeouts continue to be magical. There was one for KarmineCorp before that game. They went at 4-0. But Team Liquid have one of their own in their pocket, and they have just taken it.
Oh, boy. You love to see it. You love to see a timeout utilized so well. KarmineCorp pushed back against the wall, but they refuse to just sit there as they give a little pushback of their own. And, you know, Cole, we should have just started the series off as a best of one. That's what it's turned into.
My ideal format is best of ones, single elimination, just throughout, 64-player matchup. So I'm pitching that one. Yeah. We'll see if it ever happens. But that's what we find ourselves in now. But it's not really a best of one because KarmineCorp have that momentum. They've just got 4 goals. Astral is in God mode. Nolly is looking better than ever. You know, he just got that filthy redirect. The Team Liquid have the timeout. So KarmineCorp will be frustrated that all that momentum is just going to go. And also, I am so jealous of that desk fan. I'm really hot because it's very hot in England.
Well, I apologize on that one. It's a beautiful, probably 65 here in Southern California. The breeze is blowing. The birds are chirping.
Happy for you, man.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. But it's so funny how you can say the exact same statement in 2 ways in 2 different games for Astral. You go, Astral, why are you in the air? And then you can go to the next game and go, Astral, why are you in the air? And it's a thing of beauty. And like you said, he is just starting to feel so confident. And for Team Liquid, you got to feel scared because when Astral is hitting shots like that and able to make contact and read the plays before you're even developing them, what more do you have to do?
They were also able to grind out a Game 7 against Moist Esports earlier, where in Neo Tokyo in overtime, Astral had got himself an own goal. A huge desk slam. I mean, I don't know what the people in the chat were saying, but in the green room, we were saying, it's over. There's no way KarmineCorp can beat Moist in a Game 7, going into Game 7 with that. And you know what, Subi? They went and did it. So now, coming into this one off the back of a 4-0, surely KarmineCorp will be coming into this one with much more confidence despite that Liquid timeout.
Well, and I think that's a big difference here of why we are seeing KarmineCorp be successful is Astral and being able, okay, you slammed your desk, no big deal. Everybody has emotions, and I, for one, love to see players that have emotion. But it's all about being able to have your emotional outburst and then putting them back in check, bottling them back up for the game that's about to happen. And that's what we're seeing from Astral, and it is a thing of beauty.
It takes years to learn. Maybe KarmineCorp are finally learning the ways and able to win through in series like this, but the young guns of Team Liquid will push them all the way. They've been in Game 7s before. They're not afraid to get to this point. They know what it takes. And it does take confidence and belief. You can't just defend and hope you're able to do it. Nolly with an early doink attempt. Absolutely love that. Didn't quite work. It was good defending from Team Liquid. And an end-to-end start in our decider. No team threatening of turtling up right here, Subi.
No, and you know, obviously it can go one of 2 ways. We can have a complete shootout, or we can have basically like a 0-0 game all the way the full 5 minutes, send it into overtime. And the way it's playing out right now, Really feels like it is going to be a defensive battle.
Tachi does do some good defending there, despite his teammate Astral being taken out. And now Nolly has a chance to stretch his legs and get to the other end of the pitch. Itachi helps him out now. Good team play from KC, moving up as a pair. The tandem working so successfully for them. Astral goes solo in the end. Itachi is just going to leave. Going to have to do a decent 50-50 up against Oski. And then Nolly, that touch is a little bit loose.
Oh,
and
nice
that's something else we're going to see here. The awkward touches that have to be read by all players.
Oh, and it's a nice little play there from Team Liquid as the 50-50 game is strong with them right now. But again, we saw that earlier in game number 4 where Team Liquid were affording Karmine Corp so much space on the field. And I get it. Game 7, every single goal so important. But like we were talking about, Cole, Team Liquid most successful when they're just able to roam free and play aggressive.
Oh, bump attempt there on Nolly. Nolly managed to avoid it and get a touch. But Oski is still in here. He gets the shot away towards the back post. Itachi had to be so aware of what Liquid were attempting. And now suddenly Nolly can just glide, get a flip reset attempt. Itachi's coming in now as well. Communications a little bit lax, but got there in the end with him and Astral going for the ball. Astral's bumps though. This is so quick. Every bump is opening things up massively. Oski this time. Read by Nolly. Does he have the momentum and mechanics to get round? Atoi's beating him. Nolly is there. A Chronic in at the near post gets that save.
Again, it's all due to the amount of space they're giving KC. Way too much given to Nolly right there. Zato gets the demo, but Nolly rotates back to get the save. And again, Team Liquid not pressuring as Nolly goes up for that. A Chronic able to beat out Itachi on that one. Itachi had the initial touch on the ball, but here comes Nolly. Pass to Itachi. Can't pre-jump that one as Oski trying to open things up for Team Liquid, and the fake comes out. That's a dangerous one.
Team Liquid getting closer, and Karmine Corp are going against fate. Throughout this season across all regions, 70% of teams, after taking a timeout, have won the next game. It is such a huge advantage. When you're this far into the next one, maybe all of that goes out the window. This is just scrapping about for the ball. This is just playing on instinct completely. Not much time left, nothing to think about. Ato there wants that ball just to be a little bit further forward so we can do something with it. He won't. And now look how deeper Team Liquid are. The game started more attacking, but now we're starting to get into the territory where you just don't want to concede.
Exactly. Look at that, Cole. You called game 7. I said this one's going to be a defensive battle. Less than a minute and a half to go here. Still all tied up at 0-0. Really feels like the first goal that we're going to see is going to be the game winner.
That's true. Is met by Oski. Great touch from Nani. Has boost. A Chronic.
Ooh.
He's just going to get past Itachi. Oh my goodness, Itachi seemed to know exactly what was happening. Ato still can
my
finish.
goodness.
Oh, over the top of all of KC. Ato puts it away.
Oh, and it just came down to a simple mistake on the back half for KC, and Ato saw that back post was left wide open and narrowly gets it high enough. Team Liquid take the 1-0 lead. Nearly 70 seconds remain here.
6 3/4 games in. Maybe it all comes down to a toe poke. It's 1-0 to Team Liquid. Astral there. Good touch from him. He has Itachi in the center. Can he get it to him? Does he have the boost? His first touch wasn't ideal. Itachi there. That's brilliant though. Astral, can he get round the corner? Yes, he can. I think. Oh, it's in the post. And it's not gone in as well. Karmine Corp, the luck turns on them.
Oh, couldn't tuck the baby to sleep, but still KC marching downfield. Astral and Nolly double commit. That's going to slow everything down. They're going to have to reset. And final 30 seconds coming up. Ato trying to extend the lead, but Karmine Corp still have life left in them. Still need to get an offensive push, and Nolly getting the work started now.
This game has absolutely flown by. I can't believe there is only 20 seconds left, and potentially we're at final chance to loon here for KC. Astral's not quite in the right place from Nolly's pass. It was a good effort, but he can do this. He can go to the ceiling. He can take out all of Team Liquid. Itachi has to beat Ato, but Ato, huge, momentous, booms that ball away. A Chronic is going to slow it down now. KC can't get hold of the ball until Nolly gets Astral. Astral flips in the air, gets a 50-50 from Oski. It goes high. Unfortunately for Team Liquid, Ato can finish it right here if he beats Nolly. Oski with the next touch. So desperate to put this ball down. There's something in the water, and Liquid have come to the boil.
Oh my goodness, Team Liquid getting some vengeance here over Karmine Corp. And they looked good doing it. It took 7 games. But Team Liquid, it has been a long time since they have tasted victory, and they're just a few series away from winning the grand finals. They put themselves there, but the monsters of Team BDS are waiting.
They played so well against Team BDS earlier on, and they played even better right now against Karmine Corp. These are 3 young players. Look at the celebrations going on in their house right now. That was perhaps the biggest win of their careers thus far, almost certainly the biggest win of their careers. And what a way to do it on Champions Field, Subi.
And all it took was 1 goal, and Astral couldn't get that one in. The ball had too much pace. He didn't have enough boost to catch up to it, and just millimeters away from tying that game. It's gotta hurt, but it also has to feel so good for Karmine Corp making it this far after not having the greatest results, but coming into this second regional and really having a great performance.
Yeah, when Team Liquid joined Rocket League, there was so much fanfare. This is where we wanted this org to be. This is where they've made it. The grand finals coming up against Team BDS. You're not going to want to go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.